And hello, everyone. Welcome back to FPL in the Trenches, Frontline Prediction League in the Trenches, Frontline League over on X, Frontline Prediction League right here on YouTube. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We do appreciate it. I'm your host, Scott, because it's American Thanksgiving and I'm Canadian and Jeremy's not. He's off. It's Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all you Americans. I'm Canadian. I had mine last month. So I'm here running it solo for our full gear results and our Survivor Series rundown. So these normally go pretty quick when I do them myself, so let's dive in right away here, guys. Full gear did happen this past weekend. We have Red defending against Luke Gray. To be honest, all of the announced championship matches had successful defenses. So Red defended against Luke and retained. The American title saw the GMSG defend against Captain Krulix Blackwell in an Ironman match and retain. And the FPL Continental Tag Team Championship saw Catharsis, Kaiher, and Haley Blackbriar defend against Team Hardcore's Eddie Chairshot Wood and Pushino and retain. More on that in a minute, because there's only one other house show, or main show title rather, and that involves yours truly, and I already said it didn't retain, so we'll get onto that. Ralentando did win the War Games Advantage, defeating Sheriff and Birmy in a War Games Advantage match. So the round table will have advantage over FPU and Call of the Kaiju. The other advantage match saw Monkey Bong defeat the Arbiter. We had the Street Fight Hardcore match, Hunter Williams beating Daisy Noel. We have the Monstars, CM Carlito, El Cid, and X defeating the Heavy Hitters, Aiden Mack, Dedrick Cyrus, and James Blake. That's, again, a Survivor Series preview. Another one had the front of the lines, Eli, JJ Rocky, and Lucifer facing and defeating the Elements' 3J Platinum, Cammy Cat, and Supreme Rock. Will Colt beat Cam Popplestone, and as you remember, I was supposed to face Will Colt, and CT was facing Cam Popplestone. Well, we had this planned all along. We were looking at a possibility of double duty for CT at Survivor Series, because that is his hometown. He is going there live. He's excited. He's been watching the arena being built and stuff, but we don't do double duty. Like, we've had it once, I think, in the FPL, maybe? We had it once in the JRPL where it was like, oops, someone was legit double booked and we couldn't get around it based on the nature of things. But we don't do it here. We don't want to, because there should be some kind of thing for having a second match on the same card, but that's not really a fair thing either. So it was scheduled, me versus Will Colt and Cam versus CT. The plan all along was, though, to face early. CT, it was his title shot. We just didn't announce it. We did something a little different with it. We want to do more stuff like that. And then here comes Cena and Dom on Raw like a month after we planned it. So, but that happens like a week before we did ours. So, yeah. But CT gets the win. It was a shock thing. A lot of fun. It hurts that my reign ended. It's a long. It was. I tied with Cam for the number of defenses successfully, then lost it on the 7th at Full Gear, no less, and he lost it to Atlas, and I lost it to CT, so it seems to be our kryptonite. So, CT's the new Canadian champion. Will Colt did defeat Cam, so, Cam and I had a bad run of it, but Gold Rush did good, except didn't beat my wife, didn't beat Red, but we'll get back on that. Morgan Clare did defeat Hiroshi and Moses. Jonathan Monroe beat the Gaffer. Mark Harper beat Ben DeBissa in a hardcore match. Mark Steele beat Atlas Kiyama. Monster Mash Memories and Wookiee beat the Kings of the Ring. Bash and the Broken Nerd and Light of the Cult. Danny Delight Jordan and Kurt Cult. I picked it. I wanted it. Actually, I picked the Kings. Or the Light, rather. So I still like Monster Mash winning it. That's fun. Jackson Myrtle beat Rap. Omega G beat Papa Snooch and Mac and Cheese. And Matt Zion beat Arstella and Boonjaw. So, Omega G and Wookiee won their triple threats for the first time. GMSG won an Iron Man for his first time. CM, Carlito, Lucifer, and Wookiee won their 5th tag matches. And then CT won the Canadian title for the first time. And the full results are here, including the opening walk-in, with then had CT coming out for his promo, and then me accepting the challenge, and onward and on we go. Lots of backstage stuff through here as we go. We got the Arbiter as well. Please check this out. Please check the write-up. It's a lot of fun stuff. We do appreciate it. It is super, super fun, the stuff that we get to do, especially this time of year with Survivor Series, all these different kind of storylines mixing and matching, and then, of course, the world title at the end. But that takes us over to Survivor Series itself. Boom, here we are. So Survivor Series is this weekend. It is 7 Eastern, as you can see, with, I believe, a 2-hour pre-show. Might only be one, but either way, 6 or 7 or 5 o'clock with a 4 p.m. deadline, let's call it that. The picks page, it's there right now. Please don't put your picks in. There's only the 4 matches, so a lot of bonuses to accommodate for that. Please make sure you get your stuff in. A thing to remember with Survivor Series is the order of elimination goes after a match, and there's only the 4. So you might think the women's War Games will be the first match, but you're the least confident on it. Well, you still want to gamble and put a lot of points on it because whoever has the least points at the end of the first match, in a Survivor Series match, we have the 3 of them, there's eliminations. So I'm going to say it briefly. You can go down below in the links down below and you can see the rules and how it actually works. And we'll have more as we go through here. But the rules are there. But basically there's my team with the match of the night, front of the line rather, and the heavy hitters. Say our team does poorly. Say we don't have a lot of points. And I have 0 because I picked wrong. And we're the lowest, and on their side, nothing else happens like that, and they did well. Well, on our side, there's elimination, and it's the lowest, and I'm out. So I'm out. No more points for me because I failed it. If they had someone with 0, okay, we're even. Like, it doesn't, like, because it balances, right? There's no advantage. But if their lowest was a 1 minus 0, okay, I'm out. If it's a 1 and there's a 2, you get it. Go read the thing in there to make sure. So, look, match order does matter. So don't front load. Actually, do front load. Don't bank everything on the main event, but then again, what is the main event? It's honestly probably going to be the one with the 2 world champions, Brock Lesnar and Logan Paul. Let's be honest. So keep that in mind. So you probably want to put your least number of points on that one. If you think it's going to be last, they might put the women last. You never know. Or Cena gets his last pay-per-view in San Diego versus Dom. But if Dom wins it, take that into account. But the actual matches itself, there is a hype video that's probably going to go live shortly after this or some point on Friday. It is done and ready, so keep an eye out for that. But again, the Survivor Series matches, we do have Atlas Kiyama, Will Colt, new Canadian champion Jonathan C.T. Martin, Luke Gray, CT and Will are the the Triad champions as well, and Hunter Williams joining them versus Most Wanted's Daisy Noel, Jonathan Monroe, Kyer, Haley Blackbriar, and Cam Popplestone joining on that team. So a lot of unfinished business, a lot of tenacity and rivalries happening there. And, of course, you've got multiple champions in that main event. It is CT's hometown for his main event, Survivor Series, so that's probably your safe bet. I am taking Gold Rush on that personally. We do have the only triple threat of these. It's a War Games match. FBU, I think, are 2-2 in these damn things. Bearme, GMSG, Bastion, and Broken Nerd. They are facing both the Call of the Kaijus, Sheriff Dog, Mark Harper, the Gaffer, and Mac and Cheese. And the Roundtables, Hero Moses, Ralantando, Captain Krulix, Blackwell, and Jackson Myrtle. GMSG is the American champion going to that one. Auto bet against FBU. I'm picking them. We then have another Survivor Series match. I am biased on this one. It's the heavy hitters, Morgan Clare, James Blake, Aiden Mac Junction, and Dedrick Cyrus versus the front of the line, the world champion, Red, me, the former Canadian champion, Lucifer, JJ Rocky, and Eli. I'm picking us. We got the world champ, and it's me. And I've not been doing poorly at all, so I'm picking that. But it's a tough one. We have a triple threat match with Stella, Papa Snooch, and Wookie, and then back to War Games. Team Hardcore is the Arbiter, Eddie Wood, Fushino, and Matt Zion versus Light of the Monkeys, Danny Jordison, Kurt Colt, Kevin Dynamite, and Monkey Bong. I normally pick Matt, but with this being Survivor Series, and he's probably going to put 4 points on the main event, which is first on the picks page, meaning he'll have his least possible points probably on the first match, I'm not picking Team Hardcore. I'm picking Light of the Monkey because Matt Zion's probably going to get himself eliminated and throw everything off. So there you go. Another triple threat with Boonjaw, Jut Jut, and Omega G. And then back to Survivor Series. The Monstars, Memories, El Cid, CM Carlito, X, and Bane the Bissa versus the Elements, Supreme Rock, 3G Platinum, Rab, Cammy Cat, and Mark Steele. Again, this and the one I'm in are the 2 wildcard matches. They're super fun stuff. Go find that match from 95 in the real WWF. It's a lot of fun seeing faces and heels interact. I know for a fact we've got some on our side. And then, of course, you get teams where people end up together, like Red and I. Like it's wild. So lots of fun. There will be matches on the kickoff. Of course there will. Keep an eye out for that. And then deadlines after that. We did announce the deadline participants. Go check that out. We do have the Global Triad Championship. Gold Rush is defending. The Euro title also being defended by El Cid. And then the Iron Survivor. This is for the European Championship match, I believe, at Genesis. So Bane the Bissa, Jonathan Monroe, Lucifer, Omega G, and X are going to go in there. And that'll be a lot of fun. And also Eli versus Morgan Clare is there too. So And there's a weird cut here because I get to edit this in because I completely forgot to actually put in the stuff for Deadline because I have a bunch of things to announce because Jeremy's not here, so I have all of it. So this is going to slot in and then go back, and it's going to look funny because I already did the outro, but I remembered, and here we go. So Deadline. We have El Cid defending the title. As I mentioned, he is going to defend against Mark Steele for the European title. The front of the line, Camp Opplestone, myself, and Red. We are doing a trios match against Fireworks, the Light of the Cult, Danny Jordison and Kurt Cult, and Kevin Dynamite. I think GMSG came up with that name. Versus Team UK, Aiden Mack, JJ Rocky, Papa Snooch. Versus the Roundtable, Rolantando, Captain Coolidge Blackwell, and Jackson Myrtle. It is a #1 contendership for the Global Triad title. I do believe that will be for a match at Genesis or Hard to Kill, whatever TNA's January show is, I do believe. FBU, Bear Me Bashin and Broken Nerd will face Team Hardcore's Arbiter, Eddie Wood, and Pushino. Atlas Kiyama one-on-one with the GMSG, kind of closing out their year of craziness with the titles. The GMSG, I almost said, the Call of the Kaiju, rather. Sheriff Dog, Mark Harper, and Mac and Cheese are facing Monster Mash's Memories, Boonjaw, and Wookie. And Most Wanted's Daisy Noel, Kyer, and Haley Blackbriar. Hiroshima Moses goes one-on-one with Rab, and Hunter Williams versus Matt Zion. That rounds out a lot of Deadline. That is the majority of everything up through basically World's End, and we'll have more on that as we get closer to it. But yeah, time to edit back in and have me talking about it like this never happened. Please, please, please check this stuff out. We do have an overall list where we do know the people that need to show up in order to qualify for the Royal Rumble. There's a couple names I think that need to show up at either Survivor Series or World's End. A couple need to be at both, but otherwise a lot of people have already qualified. Again, we're going to put this out there bluntly, I think, as well in a post. But if anybody does not want to be in the Royal Rumble, please let us know before we do the draw. It just makes it easier so we're not picking you and then, I don't want to be in it. I mean that for the general sense of it, but also it is Saudi Arabia. So we understand if nobody wants to be involved in that as well. We do have a list of people who don't participate at Saudi shows. So those people are presumed out. I'll flip the script on that. If you do want to be in the Rumble, because it's the Rumble, Saudi be damned, please let us know, because otherwise we are assuming you're not in. We'll probably still reach out just to be safe, but keep an eye on that. So, yeah, and that's it. Again, the picks page is here, guys. Go put your picks in. Please get them in ASAP. The deadline's basically 4 o'clock Eastern on Saturday. Quick reminder again, the deadline... the write-up, the write-up itself won't be out that night as our usual time because CT is going there and he does that stuff and he doesn't want to post it at like 2 or 3 in the morning. Plus gives us time to write stuff properly with how we're going to be doing it. So, because really how we do it, like I said, I mentioned with the scores, how they go. And if I did poorly or whatever, I'm the third one out, that's going to affect the actual write-up. We actually reflect that in the write-up. Same with our Rumble. The lowest score is order of elimination. I do that, and it's nuts, and I'm a crazy person for it. But it's super fun because it informs the match, and it actually makes it fun to see, all right, how's Captain Krulix Blackwell going to take on 4 people? I think he's in a War Games, but you know what I mean. Like it informs and helps write it, in my opinion. So it's fun. Get your picks in, guys. Please, please do. And we'll leave it there. Beer Me would say good luck, get your picks in, so I'll say that for him. Hope everyone's having a good, happy, safe Thanksgiving. You Americans, the rest of the world, Thursday. Hope you're doing well. It snowed here in Canada, so that's a thing. But yeah, there you go, guys. That's it. We'll leave it there. This, again, is the Frontline Prediction League. Frontline League over on X. Frontline Prediction League right here on YouTube. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We do appreciate that one. Do check out the Discord links down below. You get in there, you see our live event chat talking about Impact or AEW last night, or Collision Time actually too. That's going on. You've got stuff with our voice chat, which is where we are during the shows. If I'm there, Saturdays I'm normally out, but we'll see what happens this weekend. But that's there. There's character chat popping off. There's spoiler chat, which has a lot of interesting stuff considering that the public can see the testing lighting of the show. So that stuff is there. Keep in mind, this Friday's SmackDown was taped. So the actual women's advantage is known, but it's in that. So who goes first is one of our bonuses, and you can go find out the order if you want in our spoiler chat. So stuff like that's there. Go check it out. Keep that one there. Obviously, have fun with it. But yeah, I rambled too much. It's Frontline Prediction League, Frontline League. Check it all out. We do appreciate it. Thanks again, everybody. Have a good night.